I love films like Uptown Saturday Night, Piece of the Action, and Let's Do It Again. They were caper movies. They were impossible. They were crazy situations, and against all odds, these two guys that you love, the straight man and funny man, had to figure this thing out. And it was laced with all of these wonderful cameos from all these actors that you loved. And so everybody always said, we ought to remake this Piece of the Action or Uptown Saturday Night. And I said, no, let's make an original one that just has some elements that feel like that. And so that's what I want to do. When you see the guys breaking into church and all that stuff, I mean, it just feels like, this is not going to go well.
We came here to get along.
And I'm getting a massage.
I want you to whisper your name in my ear.
Mordecai.
Every time these two best friends tried to make a buck,
Woo! What is this, man? Pimp my wheelchair?
they ended up busted.
I ain't going to jail. Watch out!
I've decided to forego any possibility of a jail sentence under the condition that you perform community service.
Love my community.
5,000 hours. 5,000 hours.
But when their lives go from bad to worse,
I'm thinking about moving to Atlanta.
You ain't taking my son nowhere.
Listen, my lease is up on the shop. Unless you got $17,000, I gotta go.
it'll take more than faith.
Whoa. Let the church say amen.
Hi, my name is Monica Peters, and we're here today with playwright and director David E. Talbert. David, how are you doing?
Fine. Feeling good.
Well, welcome to Philadelphia, and we really enjoyed your film First Sunday. So let the viewers know what the film is about and what inspired you to make the film.
Well, it's a feel-good movie, a lot of fun, and it's about two guys that need to come with some money, so much so that they do the unthinkable, unimaginable crime of robbing a church. Okay. Only to find out that they're in for a lot more than they expect. The church folks ain't going down that easily.
And this is like Club Jesus. They even got an open bar. Y'all got Cheese Whiz?
We've raised $230,000. Say amen. You're not robbing no church.
When Darrell Jr. is in Atlanta calling something dude daddy, don't be mad at me. They won't shoot the man. Get down, somebody got a gun.
Now, what was it like working with Katt Williams and Ice Cube in this movie?
Well, Katt and Cube and Tracy, we were laughing on set every day, because Tracy was doing stand-up comedy in between all the takes.
What? I'm not climbing that, Darrell. You crazy? I am not your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. My name ain't Peter Parker. I'm not climbing up that.
And Katt was ad-libbing jokes after he would do the things that were written. He would ad-lib other stuff, and everything he ad-libbed was so funny we would all fall out every time, like what he said.
This is not even my church. I saw this on MySpace.
We fell out, and then he told the girl, when Ice Cube said he's gonna pop a cap in her, he said, you don't have to worry about it. You don't need that many bullets, I mean, he don't have that many bullets, But it was just fun. It was a very fun set.
Now, you're no stranger to the city of brotherly love. Was it important to you to make a stop here to promote your film?
Yeah, there are like 10 core cities for me that I no matter what play it is, I always tour my plays. And Philly is one. It's one of my biggest cities for my plays, and a city I fell in love with, my wife and I. And I spent a lot of money, probably too much, on South Street on a lot of them stores down there. But I always had a lot of fun here, and the people here are always very warm and real.
Now let's talk about your career. It really spans over 15 years, 24 NAACP nominations, 5-time winner of the NAACP Image Award. Is there a difference between theater and film for you?
Yeah, it was a big difference. It's plays, they're a writer's medium. The play is a writer's medium, and film is a director's medium. So plays tell the story, film shows the story. So I was trying to marry those two together. But what I learned in stage prepared me for film.
Was it hard for you to make that transition, or just totally normal and natural?
Yeah, no, it wasn't hard. It was a natural progression. What I wanted to really focus on the film is performances. you know, because that's what we don't see as much in any cinema or performance in moments. You know, everybody is so fast to go from this joke to the next joke or this crazy moment to that crazy scene, but we don't ever stop a film, slow it down to breathe and have a moment. You know, so I wanted to make sure we had a lot of good moments in the film.
Absolutely. Now, being that you've come from a theater background, and there's going to obviously be some comparisons to Tyler Perry. So from an insider's perspective, where do you see the future of African American films?
Well, I mean, looking at his success and knock on wood, my success, you see that the people are telling folks what they want to see. You know, so often, for so long, it's been Hollywood programming what they think people want to see. You know, so somebody up in Hollywood, or some brother up in Hollywood, they ain't never been to Philadelphia, ain't never had the cheesesteak here, ain't never been to Broad Street, South Street, the Galleria, you know, none of that stuff. But what we're showing now is that with our movies is that people will tell you what they want to see. And people are saying, you know what, this stuff is funny to me. This is what I really want to see, not the other stuff they've been forcing me to see. You know, so I think the trend is giving people what they want and being in touch with real people, you know, across America. And I'm fortunate to be, you know, I'm fortunate to have this opportunity.
What kind of name is Lee John anyway?
My mother had 2 boyfriends, Lee and John. She didn't know who my real father was, so she named me Lee John.
I don't think I would have told that.